Hello, everyone. This is Demia Avery in conjunction with ConnectCapeFear.com. And we have a very special guest today. We have a beautiful lady here with me. Her name is Schelley Roessler. Hello, Schelley. How are you?
Hello, good to meet everybody.
She is with Computer Medic, and she's going to share with us what she has in store for us. I can't wait to talk to her. Please tell everyone who you are, what you do, and we'll be more than happy to receive everything that you have to give to us.
Okay, awesome. So we don't have that much time, but I'm just kidding. I am very personal. In the past, I've always been a district manager, or I've always led teams and done a lot of training and development. So with the company I'm with right now, it works perfect because I'm not training 100 people anymore, but now I'm developing my owners or the company representatives with our product, and I'm training and developing their teams. So that's kind of what comes with my side of this is, you have to have a foundation, a strong foundation. And with that strong foundation, then you start building. But we are the foundation for your business, and it's going to help them grow. So I'm excited to tell you a little about that too.
Awesome. So, what are some of the services that Computer Medic provides?
So when you hear computer medic, you think of let's fix computers. Now, Brian, the owner, he is the expert in that.
Okay.
And he does a lot of the fixing the computers and wiring, all that kind of computer side of it. What I'm in charge of is the phone cloud system.
Okay.
And that's basically a communication solution. VoIP is another good word to think of. And basically what happens is we take out the stress of having a traditional phone plugged in.
Okay.
And everything's done by cloud. So just like your iPhone, everybody's connected to it. If you lose power, you don't lose anything that has come in because it's based off cloud.
Okay.
So our reliability is 99.999%, which means as long as you have internet connection, there you're going to be up and running. Whereas other companies during storms, their phone lines have gone down. And because someone can't get through the water to get to the business, they can't even fix the phone wires.
Okay.
With us, it's very easy for us as a service is for us to transfer where your phone calls are coming in from a business or from someone who's a customer and transfer it to another source so you don't lose business if you can't be in your office. So one of those services being able to work remote from your phone.
Yeah.
And we provide an app for anybody that's connected. It could be your workers, it could be your installers, anybody that's on that list. They would have access to everybody's cloud based off of what you give them to be able to have access. But it keeps everybody on the same page. That the biggest thing is going to be the communication piece of it. And because the foundation has to be bought off of the communication, for me, the biggest thing is to make sure that I go in or I have a conversation with the customer about how this is going to benefit you. How is it going to benefit your reliability? How is it going to benefit your cost? How is it going to benefit, all the different pieces? So I can provide them with a customizable phone system that is specialized for what their business needs and wants.
Got it. Got it. And thank goodness for people like her, because let me tell you, if we didn't have services like this, we would be in big trouble, especially in today's world, because I'm losing everything. So if we didn't have businesses like this, I don't even know what to say. Now, this is a big part. This is a big part for me. I'm really big on IT services. So when I get stuck, which is often, when I get stuck, if I need help and things like that, I have issues calling IT services. I almost go into a full panic attack before I have to call. So tell everyone how you all are different as far as IT service, and how can they expect great customer service from you guys?
So I'm the one that you guys are going to see person to person. And I promise you, if there is a problem, if I haven't already fixed it for you, we have a solution ready. And it would be me personally coming to your office, calling you, getting things fixed for you. Because at the end of the day, my biggest thing is taking that stress off of your plate
Mhm.
so you can focus on your customers. You can focus on growing your business. You can focus on the profit piece of it, because that's my job to make sure that it's all working for you at all times. So I am the direct connect, first contact, cell phone, 2 cell phones. You get a hold of me at any time, 24 hours a day. If there is an issue that happens, and there's many that have happened that, just in life, if something were to happen, because of our cloud system, I can go into my phone with access from the company, or my laptop or my iPad, and I can fix everything for them.
Okay.
And get things redirected if there's an issue with electricity, or if there's something where the communication has stopped. They don't have to call somebody to say, hey, I need to have this phone transferred to the business next door, or my home phone because we're down. They can do it themselves, and that's what I train them on.
Okay.
Or, which is easier, I think, for everybody, just give Schelley a call and we'll get it fixed for them.
Awesome. Now, do you all have loyal customers? Like, you don't just, I call one day and you don't hear from me ever. Do you have people calling back that you build relationships with?
Yes. So,
Okay.
in my past careers, the way that I grew my business would be through building relationships with
Okay.
your local specific business to business. So a lot of that is what I have in my background. And what I will say is that when it comes down to the business piece of it, the customers that I have right now
Hmm.
are all referrals, or
Okay.
they are all networked through me personally.
Oh, great.
So I'm looking for the businesses that don't know Schelley,
Mhm.
because I'm a lot, but I'm good to have on your team. I promise. And you don't have to pay for me, your service. But I will make sure that that customer service is where it needs to be at, because that's where I come from. That's what I've trained many years on. And I want to make sure that I can provide to the businesses, especially in this area, because I'm about an hour and a half south. Myrtle Beach is close to me.
Okay.
So I have to deal with a lot of the businesses, the restaurants that in the summertime, they're really busy, but in the wintertime, they don't have a lot of business. And we can adjust their phone bill and their phone features and services monthly.
Mm.
So you don't have, so my customers will be with me forever, really, honestly, as long as they're connected to us, because we offer more than any other company. And because you can upgrade with us so easily,
Yeah.
IT, we know IT changes every day.
Right.
And eventually we're going to all be IT. So just keep that in mind, everybody, because I'm the one you call. Because I know how important it is to have your business running, because I've run many businesses and my phones have been down in the past, and we had to wait for the service provider to come out and check our fuse boxes and checks all this. And it's like, we don't have to deal with that with this. And it makes my passion for helping people, because that's I come from social services and social work. My passion on helping people is watching a business grow because of something that I might have had some part in. And I think that is what keeps me so motivated, because when I talked to one of my customers the other day, and it was something very small, but I'm like, okay, let me get on. So I was actually at the beach. It's funny. I was at the beach with my friends, and I have my phone out, and she took a picture of me. And I have my phone, and I'm like, okay, all right, this is what we're going to do. So I'm going through I'm like, choose this option, choose this option, choose this option. He didn't even have to call that 800 number. Like,
see, now we love that. We love that. We don't have to call you. That's amazing.
Yes.
Now, do people ever ask you about, when as far as your services, do they ever talk to you about cybersecurity?
Yes. So with Brian being the owner of Computer Medic, and we'll include his information, that's his network. The network performance, staying connected, making sure that that you have the security that is absolutely needed. And we provide even more than absolutely needed. We do a lot of, for example, when we go into install phones, if I create an account with somebody and someone's like, let's get this going, we have to actually go in and check to make sure that their Wi-Fi is good. We have to make sure that their computer software is updated, their spyware. Like, we have to make sure that your foundation is set up, because without your Wi-Fi, since that's how we connect, if your Wi-Fi isn't up to our 99.999% standards, the 5 nines, what I call it, then we give you another option. We either use like our Wi-Fi for you, so you have connection, or you can choose a different provider. Most of the time, people go down it's because of Wi-Fi. So if someone's having a Wi-Fi issue, we want to make sure that we fix it before it is, because it might be something very small that we can fix. But we want to make sure that you're running top dollar, because I don't want you to miss a phone call, because one missed phone call can be a whole account that you've missed as a business owner.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you work with mostly just businesses, or do you work with businesses as well as individuals?
So, I think an example might be easier for me. So let's say you have a pizza restaurant. Restaurants, I've got tow truck companies. I mean, anybody that's watching right now can be my customer.
Okay.
Because I can relate to every business in a sense of I'm very good with breaking down the business and really understanding what's needed to grow.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is make sure that when we provide our services, we provide, for example, for a pizza company. Let's say they have a pizza restaurant. You walk into a busy pizza restaurant in Southport, right? And you don't see anybody at the front, the hostess, but you see everybody's so busy, right? And I always say to myself in training and everything, the cook has to be able to be assisted by the waitresses the right way. The hostess has to be able to see people on time. They all have to communicate with each other. And that's how this works here, is if your cook is behind and doesn't let the servers know, then the food's going to come out cold, possibly wrong, and the customer's now service is going to be bad. So it is everybody that's involved. And I feel like that's why Computer Medic is so different than anybody else, because one-on-one person is so much different than talking to a phone number. Like if I call an 800 IT person, they see my phone number. They don't see me. They don't know me. And they're doing their job. But you've got me. You've got me, and you've got 24/7 from our IT department. But I want to be that first call, because again, all the different connections, we could set up the phone system like we did in the pizza place. Is there's a phone right where the hostess is, but let's say it's really busy and the hostess is away from the phones. They can literally go onto their laptop and schedule it from 12 to 12:30. We're going to have that phone that comes in transferred directly to the owner who's in the back on his cell phone. Yeah. Because then it takes the weight off of your staff, and then you can put it back to hostess. There's so many options that gives your business the ability to connect in so many ways and not lose a minute of possibility profit in your company. That's my goal.
Now, you guys, I love her personality. I do, and it just jumps off of this camera. So as you guys know, I'm a little bit nosy. So I want to know more about her. So I'm a big believer of when a person knows the person behind the business, they trust you more. And I usually, like on these podcasts, I usually like to let people know who they're getting their business from. Yeah. So if you don't mind, just tell me a little bit more about you, about Schelley.
Absolutely, because you're helping me out by getting my business out there, and I would never steer you in the wrong way. So I want to make sure that, what I'm doing is helping too, because this is such an amazing opportunity as a podcast, even though I'm nervous because I'm in front of the camera, but this is such an amazing opportunity for me, for Cape Fear, and to be sitting next to you. Oh. So I'm excited. So I know, things are coming to me. So because I come from a background in retail, I come from finance, I come from all the worlds, that phone systems is what makes your money. If my phones are down at my finance company, the people who are trying to pay their vehicles or whatever it may be, they can't call in to make a payment, right? So for me, I look at it when I talk to the pizza business, and I'm like, this is why it's really great for you to have me with you, is because I can look at it from the outside and say, hey, this is really great. Like, this works so great. But you know what? I've got something that you can maybe tweak and add to it. And that's me, because Brian is the owner, but when he took me on, and he knew me ahead of time, I promise. I didn't scare him too much. He already knew me. He knew that I would treat anything I do like my own business.
Yeah.
Because he was a partner in some of the finance companies I worked for. And he had to often call me and say, hey, Schelley, I need you to go on the computer, do this, do this, do this, because it was all hardline, wired. And so for me to work for him, it's so exciting, and it does bring my passion out, because the one thing that he said to me, he's always said to me, that I've always struggled with, work-life balance.
Mm.
And it's because I wanted my team to have their families and their work-life balance, that I would take on the work-life balance so they didn't have to, right?
Yeah.
And with Brian, he's like, the one thing I'm going to tell you right now is that you're going to have work-life balance. And I'm like, I just don't know what that means, and I'm a better person for my kids, for my husband. I'm sure I'm nicer to him. And I'm sure I'm in general, overall, so much happier with someone who's seen me maybe 5 years ago, because when I see my customer calls me and says, hey, can you help walk me through how to transfer this to another business? Because what's going to happen is X, Y, and Z overnight, night calls. Yeah, sure. Let me walk you through it. Do you want to watch me do it first, or do you want me to walk you through it? Because everybody learns differently.
Yeah.
Every business runs their business differently. So I'm not here at all to come in and say what's working, what's not working. I'm here to ask you what you need. And that brings out my personality, because I come to this and I'm like, if that was my name, even though Brian is on here, my name represents him. And it's important for me to represent you. If you were my client, I would be like, man, I would find anything I could to help you out to make your life easier, because I know how much happier I am now with a work-life balance, and being able to say to my customer, we are 10 steps ahead of you because we're that good, that you're not going to have to call and say, hey, Schelley, after hours, such and such going on. Now, if you do, I know how to handle it, but my work-life balance is still right here on my phone.
Yeah.
It's so much easier. So I want my customers to have a work-life balance. So anything the needs is the number one thing I ask, and the wants. There's a lot of needs that people need to have, but there's a lot of wants that maybe their provider doesn't give to them, or they charge them for it. So
is that what makes it most fulfilling for you, is providing the need?
I think when I used to always tell like my teams, when I had like 17 stores, and I would tell my teams, if you're not passionate about helping in any capacity, if it just means going to get the mail from the mailbox, that's a won't. The can't is the training. So I had to learn all of this from basic, no IT intelligence other than someone walking me through it and me getting frustrated, on the phone, to actually being able to do it now is a huge accomplishment for me. So when I talk to a potential customer that I get so excited that I have to slow myself down.
Yeah.
Because I want to explain to them everything that I can help them with.
Love it. Now, Connect Cape Fear is a big advocate for community.
Okay.
Does your company, are they involved in the community in any way?
Absolutely. So ESI is actually, we are a partner from ESI. ESI provides us our phones, provides us all the goodies that you need. They provide to us, and then I provide to you the customer service install after that fact, right? They want to make sure that you guys have everything that you need. I got off topic.
That's fine to know that.
So we want to make sure that we provide everything that we can. And when it comes down to helping in the community, ESI is their company and we're a partner of them. So we work kind of for them.
Okay.
They do a lot of Special Olympics things. They have a lot of different volunteer programs they do. One of them, if I remember correctly, it was like computers. They update computers and they donate. There's a lot of things on ESI's website that they personally take care of. I can't say I do that stuff.
Yeah.
But for me, in the business that I run for the cloud services, the best thing I can say that I do for the community is I go out and network. I just go and introduce myself to every business. Because I know that my personality is usually what wins most situations over for me.
Yeah.
And then obviously having the education. If I go out and I introduce myself to businesses, I know my first contact isn't, hey, here's my business card. If you ever need phone services or whatever people do, I am not that one, because
Yeah.
I had solicitation come into my businesses when I was on the phone with a customer. What I do is I just introduce myself and I get their business card. I have a binder that I keep in my car, and it's done by industry. It's like old school.
Yeah.
And anytime I get a business card from somebody, I put it in the industry that they fall into.
Okay.
So by helping the community, I guess that's a way of me helping the community, is to be able to say, I've been here. If you ever need anything, if something's going on with your own system, and I can give you advice of anywhere of who to call or like how to systemize it. That's why I do so much networking, is to build the relationships with potential customers. And since I am, closer to Myrtle Beach, when I do come up here and I introduce myself to different businesses,
Mm-hmm.
That's just my foot in the door introducing myself.
Yeah.
Because I will never sell to you. I'm not selling, I'm educating. And the products that I can provide to you, you probably already have a phone system for your company. But is there a cheaper way? Yes. Is there more ongoing support? Absolutely. Budget friendly, expert advice. Just thinking just some of the things of the flexibility. You can change your phone and go work on the beach and work from your phone and look at what your offices are doing.
Right.
So I think getting to know me, this was scary, but needed to be done.
Yeah.
Because I have been doing all the marketing and doing everything I can think of that I know to do. Now I need the experts. And so I put my trust in both companies that are connected to me now. Connected. Now I'm like, okay, it's my job to show up for you. It's my job to show up and be honest, because I'm gonna be honest with you. You have to trust me in order for you to really stand behind what I do.
Right.
So
Exactly. Now, if anyone, well, I know the next question for a lot of people is, how much is this going to cost? Do you have any specials, any packages, or anything that you can give us, any information that you can give us about any of your packages that you have?
sure. So I will give you more of a basic guideline.
Okay.
Just because everything is specific to what features or what we need to do, how many offices, how many phones. But I'll give you just an easy rundown that
Okay.
I go through with the customers. So I consider this an all-in-one package. Basically, business phone service. So we provide to you the phone service. So what happens with that? That's a question that always comes up is, well, I have XYZ company that I have my phone service through. Okay. We're not going to break a contract, because that's another scary thing for people to break contracts. What we do is we just remove with the company, we work together with them. We remove the voice part of your contract.
Okay.
And all we do is we put in our cloud phones without the phone lines connected, and we take on that piece of it. You can still keep your same company you have. So with that being said, is the business phone service. We give you that because now you don't have it necessarily through the company that you had previously. That cost that normally I would say $60 for the voice part of it on a normal phone like bill. That replaces that. So now that $60, if you think about it, is taken out and put it back into the deposit right into your account. Then what comes with the phone service is 4 phones. So let's say you have a phone in this office, you have a phone downstairs, you have one at the front desk, and you have a 4th one. Because of our phones being Wi-Fi compatible and they have a Wi-Fi connector adapter available, I can take my desktop phone that you answer from your desk. I can pick the phone up, unplug it from the wall, just the actual power, go to my car and sit and answer the phone for my business.
Awesome.
So that's part of it, the 4 phones. And then when every user I consider like a phone. So if you have a phone system set up, you would also get the ability to have an app on your phone based off the business, if deciding on who gets, options to see different things. And you could work your business from your phone with your app. And how that benefits a lot of my companies is the security piece of it you asked about earlier. Is, let's say we have a window company or my tow truck company. That's a big one. Let's say somebody something happens and tow truck has to go out and get a vehicle. People, when things happen with your vehicle, money, people are very protective. And there sometimes becomes a security thing when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Right.
With this phone app, what helps these drivers, if they have to pick up a vehicle in a bad area or anything, is if they have to get a hold of a customer, they can call that customer from their cell phone, but it'd be the business phone number. So it actually takes the security piece of it and it changes it in a whole nother cycle and says, this person's not going to actually have my personal phone number. Because a lot of times, like real estate agents, there's so many businesses that work from their phone. Work-life balance, you're not going to have that, but you will with us because you can actually direct phone calls to go to certain mailboxes.
I like that. Love it.
That's all about, I would say, the normal bill. One of my businesses has 4 different actually locations, and they pay like $130 a month.
Okay, that's not bad.
But that's including phone service.
Okay.
But that's 4 different mall locations. Okay. Now, in a business, like if you were to have something here, I would say still cost you under $100 to get the 4 phones.
Okay, that's great to know. That's great to know. Now, if anyone out there wanted to know more about the business, if they wanted to contact you, how would they do it?
So the communication would be through your site too. I actually have marketing that I go out and just talk to people about, and it has all my information at the bottom here for you to be able to call, text me. My business cards have that information, but I will provide you with the barcode, and it's basically just in my binder here. But this, just if you scan the barcode, I actually built a beacon site, and it's link in bio, and it has all of our products. It has like what we do, what I do, so it's easier for our viewers to see what I do. And then it's www.computermedic@thebeach.com.
Love that.
Is mine. And then Brian's side, because he's more of the IT part of it, is www.computermedic.ndsc.com. So it's very similar, and we'll post those and I'll give you that information. If you need to have network performance or computer IT stuff, we would go to Brian. And if you want the phone stuff, you'll come to me, and that's pretty much in my side. And then his website's more of the medic part of it, of the computer.
Love it. So love it. Awesome. Well, we got all the information. We'll make sure that if you have any questions or that you would like to ask Schelley outside of this podcast, that we can answer for you, just make sure you just get in touch with us. You have all of Schelley's information, and we are out of here. So Schelley, say goodbye to everybody.
Thank you guys. It was nice meeting everybody. Cape Fear. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day.
All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.